Welcome back to Commerce with Tawfiq YouTube channel, students. Today in this class, we will try to understand the accounting treatment in the books of a consignee. In the previous video, the concept of consignment accounts we have discussed, and also we tried understanding the accounting treatment in the books of consignor in the previous video. Here in this video, we will understand the accounting treatment in the books of consignee. As I was telling you, students, we have to prepare the journal entries, then we have to post those journal entries into the ledger accounts. When we are preparing the journal entries in the books of a consignee, so normally in the agreement of this consignment, in this business of a consignment, in this agreement between a consignor and a consignee, you will find certain transactions. So maximum level you can find these transactions which I am going to tell you. A transaction, the first transaction you can see where a consignee is receiving a consignee is paying advance to the consignor. This will be the transaction you have to find in the question, where a consignee will pay the advance to the consignor. This is first transaction you have to find out. And the next transaction you have to find out is accepting the bill. A consignee is accepting the bill of exchange here. This will be the next transaction. The next transaction, other than these transactions, you have other transactions also which you have to find in the consignment accounts, that is on expenses paid by the consignee. A consignee will pay the expenses. That transaction also you have to find out in the question. After that, expenses paid by the consignee, where those expenses will be borne by himself, which is nothing but, if a consignee is paying the expenses, those expenses will be borne by a consignor. These expenses will be reimbursed by the consignor. Whereas some of the expenses consignee will pay, but he has to borne by himself. That expenses, if you find in the question, that is another transaction. The other transaction is sale of goods for cash is one transaction. The other transaction, sale of goods for credit basis. The next transaction, commission earned by the consignee. This is also a transaction which you have to find out. The next transaction, goods taken by himself in the sense consignee is taking the goods. Consignee is taking the goods. And the next transaction, a bad debts, the transaction of a bad debt when there is no del credit commission. Transaction of a bad debts when there is no del credit commission. The next is transaction of a bad debts when there is a del credit commission. I hope you have seen my previous video where I have tried explaining what is meant by del credit commission here. Then the last transaction you have to find is final payment made by the consignee to the consignor, or the remittance of the bill. Well, as you can see the summary here which I told you people, which I tried explaining you people, on the basis of this transaction only you have to prepare the journal entries, my dear students. You can see the transactions. I tried giving the 11 transactions here. On this transaction you people have to prepare the journal entries and you have to post them to the necessary ledger accounts. Just check the transactions one by one. What will be the journal entry for each and every transaction? For the first transaction, that is on paying an advance to the consignor, where a consignee will pay the advance to the consignor. The transaction will be, the journal entry for this will be consignor account debit to cash or bank account. On the first transaction, that is paying on advance, on that the journal entry will be consignor account debit to cash account or bank account. This will be the journal entry for that. The second transaction, accepting the bill. As I was telling in the previous video, a consignor will draw a bill on behalf of consignee. A consignee will accept the bill. if he is accepting the bill, on the acceptance, if there is a transaction of bill of exchange in the consignment, if there is a transaction of bill of exchange in the consignment, then this particular accepting of bill transaction will come. If it is there, then for this transaction, the general entry will be consignor's account debit to bills payable account. Consignor's account debit to bills payable account. Find the next transactions in the question if possible. The next transaction can be expenses paid by the consignee. Expenses paid by the consignee. Normally these expenses will be reimbursed by the consignor. For this transaction, the general entry will be consignor's account debit to cash or bank account. Consignor's account debit to cash or bank account. This is a general entry for a transaction where the expenses is paid by the consignee. Now, if the expenses is paid by the consignee borne by himself, expenses paid by the consignee borne by himself, which is nothing but he has to bear that expense. That expenses cannot be reimbursed by the consignor. For such type of expenses met by the consignee, the general entry will be expenses account debit to cash or bank account. I repeat, for such transaction, the general entry will be expenses account debit to cash or bank account. Now come back to the next transaction. If you find a transaction like if there is any sale of goods for cash, consignee has sold that consigned goods. On that sale entry, on that sale of goods for cash transaction, the entry will be cash or bank account debit to consignor's account. Cash or bank account debit to consignor's account. If the same sale is done for the purpose of for credit basis, not for cash, they have sold the goods, the consignee has sold the goods on credit basis, then for that a transaction will be consignment debtor's account debit to consignor's account. I repeat, consignment debtor's account debit to consignor's account. Check once again, for paying the advance, the first general entry is consignor's account debit to cash account. For accepting the bill, consignor's account debit to bills payable account. For expenses paid by the consignee, consignor's account debit to cash or bank account. For expenses paid by the consignee and met by himself, then expenses account debit to cash or bank account. For sale of goods for cash, cash or bank account debit to consignor's account. For sale of goods on credit basis, then consignment debtor's account debit to consignor's account. So these are the six transactions, and for these 6 transactions, I have written 6 general entries here. The remaining transactions you see like, that is, on commission earned, consignee is simply he is not selling the goods of a consignor. He is getting a remuneration, and that remuneration can be considered as a commission. This is considered as a commission. I was telling in the previous classes also to you people, a commission can be ordinary commission. I hope you know this. A commission can be a del creditor commission, or a commission can be a overriding commission. So if there is any kind of commission which is earned by the consignee, for commission earned, if you find this transaction, then the general entry will be consignor's account debit to commission account. The general entry will be consignor's account debit to commission account. If you find a commission transaction, the other transaction like if you find a goods taken by the consignee itself, he is not selling, he is taking for himself. If the goods is taken by the consignee itself, then if you find this transaction, the general entry will be purchase account debit to consignor's account. Purchase account debit to consignor's account, where a consignee is purchasing from the consignor. Purchase account debit to consignor's account. Now just check the next transactions if you find like bad debts. If there is a bad debts, I hope you know what is mean by bad debts. If there is a bad debts and there is no del creditor commission. Del creditor commission is a commission which is paid by the consignor to the consignee on the risk, extra commission it is paid on the risk taken by the consignee of taking a or bearing the loss. If there is a loss in sale, then consignee will also bear the loss here. If he is agreeing on taking that risk, then the excess commission will be paid by the consignor to the consignee. That commission is said to be as a del creditor commission. Now, in this process of sale of goods, there is a bad debts, and in the agreement there is no del credit commission. In the agreement there is no del credit commission. Then the general entry will be bad debts account debit to, the general entry will be consignor's account debit to consignment debtors account. Consignment account debit to consignor's account debit to consignment debtors account. When there is a bad debts and no del creditor commission. When there is a bad debts, and there is a del credit commission agreement. There is a bad debts and also there is a del credit commission agreement. Then this bad debts loss has to suffer by consignee itself. The bad debts should be incurred by consignee itself. Hence, the general entry will be bad debts account debit to consignment debtors account. Bad debts account debit to consignment debtors account. So this is how you can record the transactions when you get a transaction of a bad debts, when there is del credit commission and when there is no del credit commission. When there is a del credit commission, then it will be bad debts account debit to consignment debtors account. When there is no del credit commission, then consignor's account debit to consignment debtors account. If there is no del credit commission, then the bad debts loss should be incurred by the consignor. If there is a del credit commission, the bad debt loss should be incurred by the consignor. Now see the other transactions in the summary here. Final payment. What is this final payment? A final payment made by the consignee to the consignor. On this final payment, you can see the two sub transactions. One is a consignee is paying through cash. Another is a consignee is withdrawing the bill. He is paying the bill, remitting the bill of exchange. When there is a bills accepted by the consignee, then he has to remit that bill to the consignor in the last, right? Yes, that is why the final payment can be there in the form of two entries, that is consignor's account debit to cash or bank account when there is no bill. Consignor's account debit to cash or bank. Consignor's account debit to cash or bank when there is no bill. When there is a bill, then in the remittance of a bill you have to prepare a general entry. Instead of preparing this 11th entry, you have to prepare the 12th entry, that is consignor's account debit to bills payable account. Consignor's account debit to bills payable account. So these are the transactions. In the maximum level you will get these are the transactions in the consignment accounts, where you have to do your accounting treatment in the books of consignee. On the basis of these transactions, you have to prepare these general entries which we have discussed now in the books of a consignee, and you have to post this to the ledger accounts. Normally with these general entry, students, you can find one name called consignor. If you prepare a consignor account, almost all the general entries, maximum general entries you can cover in that particular ledger account. Only two you cannot find out here. One is relating to expenses met by consignee itself. That transaction you cannot find in consignor's account. Another is when there is a del credit commission. That transaction you cannot find in the consignor account. Remaining all the transactions you can find in the consignor account. So let us understand this ledger account also, students. So consignor account in the debit side, you can find to cash or bank is debited here. To cash or bank, which is nothing but the first transaction on paying advance. The second is to bills payable, which is nothing but accepting of a bill transaction. Next is to cash or bank, which is nothing but expenses paid by the consignee and reimbursed. Next to commission, commission paid by the consignor to the consignee. Next to consignor's debtors account when there is no del credit commission. If there is a bad debts and there is no del credit commission, then it will be considered as to consignor's debtors account. Then to cash or bank account, final payment made, and if the bill is withdrawn, if the bill is met, honored, then the entry will be to bills payable account. So you can find this transaction: cash as advance paid, then bills payable as accepting of bill, then cash or bank, which is expenses paid by the consignee, and commission paid by the consignor to the consignee, then consignment debtors account, there is no declared commission, then this entry will come, and cash or bank final payment, bills payable, withdrawn of a bill or accepting of a bill. In the credit side of a consignment account, you can see by bank, which is nothing but in this transaction you can find here it is sale entry. That is sale of goods for cash. If the sale of goods for credit basis, then by consignment debtors account. By consignment debtors account. By bank account or by cash account is nothing but the sale entry you are doing here. In the credit side of a consignment account, consignor's account. By consignment debtors account, you are considering sale on credit basis entry here. And next is by purchases, which is nothing but the goods taken by the goods taken by the consignee by himself, that is by purchases. In a maximum way, if you are trying to find out a huge adjustment in the consignment accounts where you have to record a transaction in the books of a consignee, then this will be the maximum transactions, where you can understand these transactions with the help of this summary and with the help of this. I have given a transactions. On the basis of these transactions, I have given general entries to you, and also I have posted these general entries to one ledger account, that is consignor's account. Hope you have understood the accounting treatment in the books of a consignee. That is consignment accounts. You have to prepare the accounts in the two parties book. One is in the books of consignor, which we have discussed in the previous video, and this is in the books of consignee. Hope you have understood this. In the next videos, we will discuss the consignment accounts with the help of one practical question, and I will try to solve that particular question here. Keep seeing my YouTube channel to learn more concepts relating to accounts, taxations, and commerce and theory subjects relating to commerce and management. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you once again.